All right, and we're welcome back on another episode of Trey on Stage. It's me, Trey, and you and me. We're on stage right now. It's good to have you guys. It's good to be back. I know it's been like a little bit of a hiatus. I've been actually trying to figure things out again. Been trying to figure out how to get back into it again. Most of all, what to talk about, where to go about from here, and what to do. So here we are. We're gonna do it again. Woo! All right, I'm excited. I hope you're excited. I just kicked the tripod. So today I'm going to talk about motivation and what motivation means, especially as a stand-up comic, and why it's important to find this motivation and have the self-discipline to get things done on your own. It's extremely important to have this motivation and to keep going, because stand-up comedy has a lot of grind to it. And by grind, what I mean is that you are going to go out a lot. You're going to go to different venues, different bars, different places, whatever. You're going to wait in line. And that is only going to be about, maybe you're going to get 3 minutes, but it's going to take you about 4 hours to get that 3 minutes, right? Case in point, let's say you're performing in Austin at the Creek in the Cave. And this is on my level with my personal experience that I'm sharing with you guys. So you're performing at the Creek in the Cave, right? One of Austin's, in my opinion, greatest places to go. This is what your typical day is going to look like. You're going to go to work. You're going to get off of work. Let's just say hypothetically you get off at about 4 or 5 o'clock. Go home, take a shower, get ready for your set. While you're getting ready, you're just rehearsing. So the Creek, depending upon which day you're going to go, it's going to start late. It's going to start about 11 p.m. That's going to be, it's going to be pretty late. I was trying to think of a better way to put it, but so you get home, you relax, you rest, you chill out, you get ready to go out. You go drive downtown, you find a place to park. Then you want a good spot, so you line up at about maybe 9. No, I'm sorry. Not 9. I was thinking of something else. You line up maybe about 10:45, right? 10:30, 10:45 is where I line up, and there's always people there earlier. There's always people there just waiting, right? So 11 o'clock rolls around, the list comes out, you put your name down on the list, and then you basically wait for your name, your name to be called. You might be up there at about spot number 8, 9 would be a good spot to be. So that means that you're not even going to be on until sometime probably at like midnight. And then you get your 3 minutes of fame, and you're up there and you do your spot, you do your thing that you've been rehearsing this whole time, and you get off. And that is basically one day right there. And there are mics all the time. Now, I don't know if there's another place that you guys are at, if you're at another city where there's not so many open mic nights or anything like that. But if you are in a city that's active with these comedy open mic nights, that's typically what you're going to be looking at. There are some that are earlier. There are some that are at 7, 8 o'clock, but it's the same waiting game deal. So you arrive there early, you wait for the list to come out, you put your name down on the list, you go out and you perform, and then you're done. Now, let's say you want to do multiples, because you can do multiple. You can go up and do about 2 or 3 a night. I think I maxed out once with 4. I think I've done 4 in one night, and that started at 4 p.m., 7 p.m., 8:30, 9 o'clock p.m., and then the Creek. So that day, I think it was sunset. It was sunset, which was like Java and Tiniest Bar, Dogwood, and then the Creek. So it was pretty heavy. It was a pretty heavy day. And the whole point of everything, to come back around to what I was just saying, is the whole point of everything is that you are going to be doing this grind for a long time. So what do you have to have? You got to have the motivation to do it. What's your motivation? Why are you becoming a stand-up comedian? Why do you want to do it? Is it fame? Is it fortune? Well, that's probably not going to happen. Is it? I mean, it takes a long time to do this stuff. I'm learning this, and this is my limited experience that I'm sharing with you based upon people whom I've seen become successful comedians, is that it takes a long time. There's really no fast forward, I guess, unless you're just really good at it, and then you become some kind of overnight sensation, which I hope that you are. I hope that's exactly what you are. I hope that you make millions of dollars and, you remember me and throw me a bone. Not that I'm helping you at all, because I'm not, but I'm just saying that maybe you saw me and you like my stuff, and then you think, okay, cool, maybe we can help them out, because I'd love to perform with anybody who's super successful. Anyways, just plugging myself, just being a chode. So the motivation for me personally is the fact that I do like to perform. It's the fact that I don't mind being a sort of a one-trick pony. I used to do plays and I used to do acting and things like that. So it feels good to be sort of the center of attention. It feels good for me to have something to perform that I wrote, and the efforts that I've done and putting it out there for people to see. That is something that I thoroughly enjoy. I am hoping that I'm interesting enough to be able to continue this and to keep going with it, and people like me. Most of all, I really want people to like me and like what I'm writing and things like that. I'm hoping that is exactly where I'm at, and that's my motivation. My motivation is to continue to do this, to continue to write, to continue to have fun, to get up there and have fun and put on a good show and make people laugh and make people smile. You know what I mean? Never want to offend anybody. I just want anybody to have fun. I just want people to be excited and happy. That's the only thing that I can think of about what I want to do, and that's my motivation. It would be awesome to be famous, of course, but I think when you get into it, you kind of learn whether or not you're even ready for that. And I'm not ready for that at all. The reason why is because my stuff is not polished enough. I'm not out there with the best material. I feel like my material can be better. I don't think that my material is perfect or amazing in any way, shape, or form. So I feel like because of that I'm going to have to put anything like that on a back burner. If that's even a possibility, one can only hope if that's a possibility. I mean, it's a dream come true to be able to do stand up and write and perform your stuff, for the world to see, but it's hard, it's very, very hard. So the motivation, you have to find it. You got to have the self diligence. You got to have the tenacity. You got to have the wherewithal. You have to have the, you can't be shy, or you could be shy, but you need to go out there and put yourself out there. So all of this is playing a part in being the best version of you for stand-up comedy and for performing. That's what all of this is. And so it takes work. I mean, I know I keep saying that. I know I keep harping on the same thing, but it's the truth. It takes all of that, everything that you have, and to put it out there, to set your goals and to accomplish your goals and to come up with these goals yourself. I don't know where you are in the world, but I know that my brother has trouble with even finding places to do stand up, so if you're having trouble where you are and you need to know where to do stand up, well, stand up is a performance art. Stand up is, you have to get out there and put yourself out there, perform for your family first. Are you a person who is considered funny amongst your groups of friends? If so, we'll write some jokes, right? Like what I do is I Google how to write jokes. I literally Google, how do you write jokes? And I've I come up with some accidentally. I just write funny things down, and I write it down as a story, and then I trim the fat, as Tony Hinchcliffe puts it on his show kill Tony. I trim the fat. I try to get it down to where it's something that's not so monotonous and not so redundant, and but the thing about it is it's so subjective. It's subjective because it is you. It is the person that you are. You create your stand-up, and that's what I love about it. Most of all, it's fun. It's a whole lot of fun. It's worth the 4-hour wait for the 3 minutes to get up there. In my opinion, it's worth it. It's nice. The reason why I'm telling you how hard it is because you can't sugarcoat this kind of stuff, because then you're going to get out there, you're going to think it's easy, and then you're not going to want to do it anymore because you're like, it's hard. So if I tell you how hard it is right from the get-go, and then you get out there and you start it and you do it, then you're going to realize, okay, cool, this is hard, but I love this, right? So that's the reason why I try to inform you as honestly and truthfully as possible based upon my own personal experiences. I don't try to sugarcoat anything, but most of all, I don't try to fill your head up with lies, or I don't try to fill up your expectations with anything about, okay, this is something that is just going to be given to me, because it's not. And if it is, it's a tremendous gift, and it's a tremendous accomplishment on your part, and congratulations on all of your success. I truly hope that that each person who watches this becomes successful. I hope that I become successful, because I would really love to look back on these kind of vlogs and look back on these things and be like, I would like to look back and say, I did my best. That's essentially what I'm trying to say, is I did my best. I put my best foot forward. I transformed my show from something that was a terrible, horrible joke, weird joke kind of collage, to a nicely polished show. I would love to do that. I'm still struggling, still learning. It takes that, you know what I mean? It's going to take that for you too. But it's so great when you watch it happen. It's so great when you see a comedian who went up there first and they were not doing too well. They were bombing. They were just too new. And then they get up there and they start doing amazing. And I can't wait for that to happen to me. I can't wait till I get that breakthrough in my own mind, in my own way of doing things. I can't wait to have that happen. And I'm going to share that excitement with you. I'm going to share that excitement with each and every person. And I'm going to say, here, what I said works. Or I'm going to learn from my mistakes and I'm going to say, hey guys, remember when I said this thing? It doesn't work like that. So this is all a part of it. It's all a part of it. It's a learning process. You have to have a lot of self-motivation and discipline, and you have to put yourself out there. So if you've tuned in this late in the game and you made it this far, I want to say thank you so much. Remember to like and subscribe and do all that good stuff. I appreciate every single thing that you take away from this, but I also appreciate you just hanging in there with me for a little while. Thank you guys for everything, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll see you next time on Trey on Stage.